Hi everybody, my name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahoo and the Torah channel. And we thank you guys very, very much. It is a first day here in the land where we are. I'm sure it's first day where you guys are as well. We thank you for pulling up a chair to our little tiny table here out in the middle of a jungle. We are the people that, who and what, gentlemen?
We believe that the laws and commandments are good for all generations. We believe that they were not done away with. We believe that they should still be in state. They should still be celebrated today. The feast, the laws of food, the laws of how you should live and what you should do in life. And we believe that the name of our Creator is not God, but it is Yahuwah. That He has a name, that He's not just a title, that it's not just a entity, but He is a person too. He has our traits because we are made in His image, and we believe that the name of our Creator is Yahushua, not Jesus, but Jesus is actually the Greek name.
The name of the Father is Yahuwah.
What did I say?
You said Yahushua.
No, the name of the Son.
The name of the Son is Yahushua. The name of the Father is Yahuwah. Jade, continue on.
We believe He died for our sins and that He kept the
Who
law.
died for our sin? Father or Son?
Yahushua's Son.
Okay, do we believe in the Trinity?
No.
Why?
Because it's not biblical.
Why not? It says Christians believe.
Well, the Christians believe fake doctrine all the time. They believe things that don't exist, and they take one verse out of context.
Now, the Christians will say that this walk in Torah is bondage. Eli, where's the bondage at? How do we free ourselves from this bondage if it's bondage?
There is no bondage. It basically what you would do, like the right things. Like there's nothing wrong with the Torah that would be bondage, that it would be hard to do, like a burden or anything.
Well, that's not what 45,000 different religions say out there. They all say that this is bondage and they don't like to walk in these laws, statutes, and commandments, when the message from Boss Clan, from us, is that this is the only way to live. There's no other way to live but inside of covenant with our Creator. There's no way that I would ever, I just would not want to live in this world without a Torah. We have been blessed, we have been gifted with this Torah. And it's not the people have made it into a bad word. They've made it into something that they deplore and they hate. And then they will say that they love God with all their heart, with all their mind, with all their soul. But yet they will not do what He asks them to do. And so I don't know how that is loving your parent with all your heart, mind, and soul when you are a belligerent child that goes against what He says. And for anybody who has had a family and has had kids, it's the same thing. When you ask your kids to do something, when they don't do it, it looks bad. The parents shut down upon that. It's not something good. So it's the same way with our Creator when we are bad children and when we go against it. And the laws of our Creator are super simple. There's things like don't drink the blood, don't harm the disabled, have right measurements and everything, be fruitful, multiply. These are all, when you say all these things, everything in here is positive, right? There's tons of negative stuff, but it's about when you are doing the wrong things, you are going to have a negative result. Because the Torah comes with two things. It comes with either blessings, if you keep them, or it comes with curses, if you don't. And so we are those people who believe that they are completely in existence today, the law, statutes, and commands, that our Creator has loved us enough to give these to us. Now, what you're looking at, guys, you're looking at Yah Scriptures. This is a delivery date in June of 2024, delivery date for anyone that is wondering on this. We, instead of the first 1,000 that we ordered, we actually had to order 2,000 on this round to make this happen. And it is the greatest English translation that you will ever find, because the name of our Creator and the name of His Son, all of the forefathers, everything has been restored. The cool thing about this book is that it is a large print. And for me, that's exciting because I have not been able to read regular scriptures because my eyes are so bad for a very, very long time. I have to read on tablets. I have to zoom it in. You guys hear me reading. You guys see what I'm doing. So that's why I'm very, very excited about this, because this is a book that lots of older folks are going to be able to read. They're going to be able to see this. And so with that, it is simply amazing. The free version of it, which is always free, the exact same version of the version we're printing, is free. You can grab this in the downloads. All of the downloads are in the description below. And this is one last thing right here. This is Amazon right here. This is, if you guys would like these Amazon books, these are tremendously good books. I would recommend everybody to have these in your library if you're able to afford them. But we give, there's like $2 profit on every single one of them. And we're still looking for people that want to help the brothers and sisters in chains with these books. We've been asking for a little bit. We're hoping that somebody will come through at some point. And we have a list of guys that we can get these books to from Amazon. So if you guys would like to send some prisoners some books, shoot me an email, jboss008@gmail.com, and I can help facilitate all of that. Jade, we are in the 6th chapter of 2nd SHEMU'EL, or Jade or Kate or anybody, Eli. What's going on? What's the past? What's going down? Anyone?
So last couple chapters, David became king. He started to rule. He had Judah, and then he ended up.
He had Judah.
He ruled Judah.
Oh, okay.
And then he ended up ruling over Israel after the son of Shaul was murdered by 2 of David's people. David executed them for that and punished them for killing a man that was innocent. And so now he rules the entirety of Israel, and he has been going to war, fighting the people surrounding him.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone have anything? All right, let's begin. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now David again gathered all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. And David rose up and went with all the people who were with him from Baal Yahudah to bring up from there the ark of Elohim. That is called by the name Yahuwah of hosts, who dwells between the cherubim. Now this is have we ever heard that before? The name of the ark is called the name Yahuwah of hosts.
I believe so.
I mean, this is something that, this is new information when it comes to, as far as we're reading. I mean, obviously we've read this stuff before, but I mean, to this point, we haven't heard anything called the Yahuwah of hosts.
Called the Ark Covenant.
Okay, 3. And they placed the ark of Elohim on a new wagon and brought it from the house of Abinadab, which was on the hill, and Uzzah and Akayo, sons of Abinadab, were leading the new wagon. Okay, so Uzzah and Akayo are the sons of Abinadab.
And they haven't had the Ark of the Covenant with them for a very long time, because this was during the time of Eli, which was years and years ago when it got taken away. So I don't even know if David was existed at that point.
Yeah. And they brought it from the house of Abinadab, which was on the hill, with the ark of Elohim. And Akayo was walking before the ark. And David and all his house of Israel were dancing before Yahuwah, with all fir wood instruments, and with lyres, and with harps, and with tambourines, and with sistrums, and with cymbals. And when they came to the threshing floor of Nakon, Uzzah reached out toward the ark of Elohim and took hold of it, for the oxen stumbled. And the wrath of Yahuwah burned against Uzzah, and Elohim smote him there for the fault, and he died there by the ark of Elohim. And David was displeased because Yahuwah had broken out against Uzzah, and he called the name of the place Peretz Uzzah until this day. And David was afraid of Yahuwah on that day, and said, How shall the ark of Yahuwah come to me? And David would not move the ark of Yahuwah with him into the city of David, but David turned it aside to the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite. And the ark of Yahuwah remained in the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite, 3 months. And Yahuwah baruch Obed-Edom and all his house. And it was reported to sovereign David, saying, Yahuwah has baruch the house of Obed-Edom and all that he has because of the ark of Elohim. David then went and brought up the ark of Elohim from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David with rejoicing. And it came to be, when those bearing the ark of Yahuwah had gone 6 steps, that he slaughtered bulls and fatlings.
So it was like every 6 steps, or it's like the first 6 steps?
I don't know.
I think it's like he heard them, like they were starting to move with it, and he's like, that was exciting for him, right?
Yeah, it's interesting though. Why do you think it's just 6 steps? I mean, why didn't he just go like?
Because maybe no one died this time. Like actually, they might have a chance for getting
he's just
moved.
Seeing if something's gonna happen. I mean, it was obvious why the guy died last time, right?
Right, but he was trying to do a good deed, right? He was trying to like keep it so it didn't fall to the ground.
It's David's fault because he broke the commandments, and it's supposed to be Levites that carried it, and they were just like load up in the back of a trailer and run off with it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. It has poles. It has a setup. Now, why don't you think David did that? Why do we stick this on a?
How did they get up there first? How did they get on there without people dying?
Probably use the poles.
Dude, you know
They'd
what?
have to use the poles.
It might still be on the same wagon that the people put on. Remember when they put it on that one wagon and they had the people carry it out, the one bulls?
You think?
They might just kept it on that wagon the entire time.
But to get it up on that wagon to begin with. Hold on. All right. Sorry, everybody. That was our dogs blowing out, running away.
Back to what I was saying.
Back to this.
I think it was the same wagon because, I mean, I don't know how the Pelasgites got up there in the first place. Like, they all should have died trying to get this thing on there. But somehow they put it on a wagon. Maybe they used pull something and didn't touch the ark.
Yeah, maybe. All right, yeah, interesting. Okay, and Dawid danced before Yahuwah with all his might, and Dawid was wearing a linen shoulder garment. Now, you read this yesterday. You read it out of the Sefer, and it said ephod.
Ephod, right, the same as the other thing.
Right, so the Grand had a question about him getting into stuff, but I mean, this doesn't say anything about a priestly garment.
No,
I mean, this is a shirt.
I think an ephod is like a garment or whatever, like a shoulder garment. So I think this is more like a shirt.
Yeah, so this, I think, is a better translation than the Sefer. Thus Dawid and all the house of Yisrael brought up the ark of Yahuwah with shouting and with the sound of a ram's horn. And it came to be when the ark of Yahuwah came into the city of Dawid that Michal, daughter of Shaul, looked through a window and saw sovereign Dawid leaping and dancing before Yahuwah, and she despised him in her heart. So they brought the ark of Yahuwah in and put it in its place in the midst of the tent of Dawid, in the place that Dawid had pitched for it. And Dawid brought burnt offerings before Yahuwah and peace offerings. So, what do you guys think before we go too further? Why do you think Michal is angry on this whole thing? I guess without a spoiler alert, you guys know.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, all right, we'll continue.
Let's just say she's angry.
Yeah. Okay, 18. And when Dawid had finished bringing burnt offerings and peace offerings, he baraked the people in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And he apportioned to all the people, to all the crowd of Yisrael, from man even to woman, to each one a loaf of bread, and a measure and a cake of raisins. And all the people left, each one to his house. Now, why do you think that Dawid, why do you think this is in there? Why did he go and get them a loaf of bread and a measure and a cake of raisins? What's a measure? Is a measure just some flour?
I don't know.
Mr. Cole, what is that? What is a measure?
I assume it's probably just a cup of flour.
A loaf of bread and a measure. Well, they gave him a loaf of bread, so there's flour.
Barley or something?
Measure, yeah, maybe something.
So back to the question on why he gives him. Probably because they're all there celebrating and they didn't have food. It's kind of like Yehoshua. He's like, don't send them home. Don't send them away empty. They'll faint on the way. So this is probably the same thing because all these people came here to celebrate, and after that, he sent them home after they had eaten something. That's why he made sure they all were fed first, and then they all left.
This is the first time in history, and has been ever since, that a government has helped the people. This doesn't usually happen. Usually the government, they'll give you one thing and they'll strike you with a rod against the back. They'll like give you a raisin cake and then tax you 75 cents for that when the cake was 50 cents. So that's how the government normally works. Mr. Cole, what do you got?
It doesn't have anything.
Okay. All right. Let's continue on. And he appointed and he apportioned. Okay, we got that one. 20. And Dawid returned to Baruch's household, and Michal, the daughter of Shaul, came out to meet Dawid. This probably wasn't one of those good, happy meetings. And said, how esteemed was the sovereign of Yisrael today, uncovering himself in all the eyes of the female servants of his servants, as one of the foolish ones shamelessly uncovers himself. Okay, this is a wife. Does she have this? Is this right or is this wrong for her?
In her eyes, this is the old right. She's jealous, right? She's
is this in your eyes? In your eyes, Kate, is this right or wrong? This particular part right here.
I mean, okay, Cubs go first.
Cubs first.
I don't see a problem with David doing that. I mean, he was dancing before Yahuwah. He was trying to, like, celebrate the great thing which the Ark had been in Israel like that for years.
So, we know that David was a little lesser clothed.
Right, we still said he had, like, a shirt on.
Right, yeah.
He has some clothes on.
He had some clothes, but it was not enough that this woman was jealous of this.
Right, and I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, he's leading his people back, right? So rejoicing, they're already coming back. He's dancing, everyone's happy. I don't think anyone was, like lusting after him like that.
How do you know? Yeah, dude, what are you talking about, dude? The king. Can you imagine if Biden stripped off and started dancing around on the thing?
Everyone would be like, nah, no,
his mask would fall off and they'd find the 30-year-old guy underneath of it.
Nobody's going down for that. Nobody's down with that.
Okay, so is there anything wrong with Dawid coming back and unclothed dancing, or is
completely unclothed?
It wasn't completely unclothed. All right.
Why did he have to strip down?
Why Miss Nicole wants to know. So Miss Nicole is over
the
there.
armor he wears is really hot and like causes like needs a fresh breath air.
Every picture I see of people that have done cartoons of Dawid, number one, he's either beardless, he has no beard, and is in some shorts and looks like a beta male, or he like today's thumbnail that you guys will see. This is probably what they thought, and you guys will have to see it. He's out in the middle of a street dancing with no shirt. Everybody around him's dancing. That's the thumbnail I found. So we don't know if it's right or wrong. Probably Miss Nicole probably is not very happy with this whole thing. 21. So David said to Michal, before Yahuwah, who chose me instead of your father and all his house, commanding me to be ruler over the people of Yahuwah, over Israel, so I danced before Yahuwah. And I shall be even more slight than this, and shall be humble in my own eyes. But as for the female servants of whom you have spoken, by them I am esteemed. And Michal, the daughter of Shaul, had no children to the day of her death. Now, I believe in the book of Josephus that's different, but we'll have to actually go through that.
I don't think David and Michal had children. I think
They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have, right? Because she's a defiled woman.
But I think she has a few children. I think David ends up later when the Pelicanites or someone that comes after they want revenge for Shaul's family. He takes her kids and offers her kids up, and they kill her kids.
Do they? Is this right? But I mean, right here it says Michal, the daughter of Shaul, had no children to the day of her.
Why did he say it like that? Like Yahuwah chose me over your dad,
dude. Because he had a scorned woman who had her man dressing what she probably thought was like a harlot in the streets with a whole bunch of women, and they were all dancing with him, and she's like, why am I not here dancing with you? Why are you dancing with the other women? And it's going to be something rough. It's a woman scorned, and then instead of being any compassion at all, David just puts it straight down that your dad sucks. I didn't. Here I am. That's the way it is. So I danced.
That was crazy.
It's a crazy story. It's definitely a crazy story. I mean, we can't like toss the woman under the bus for this stuff, because I mean, any wife out there, if the dude starts dancing with a bunch of women out there, regardless, you're gonna have some questions, right? You're gonna have some questions. You might have a black eye as well. You don't know. It depends on what the woman sees and what she feels and how that is, because.
Where's the frying pan?
Yeah, where's the frying pan, Mr. Cole says. There you go. So that's a woman's take on this entire thing. So everybody, we hope that you guys have a wonderful day. We thank you guys for hanging out with us, for discussing this, for having some talks, some laughs, and for just being a part of our family. Have a very good day. We are out.
All right, shalom.